Why did my crazy old teacher threaten to expel me? It was my first week at a new high school, and I could feel every pair of eyes in first period staring at me like I was some kind of exhibit. My heart was racing. I didn't know anyone, and I just wanted to disappear into my seat. I hadn't even finished unpacking my backpack when Mr. Thomas, my homeroom teacher, leaned against his desk and gave me a smile that made my skin crawl. It wasn't warm. It wasn't kind. It was off. Well, hey there, good looking, he said in this weirdly smooth tone that didn't sound right coming from a teacher. I think it'd be a good idea if you found some other students to hang out with, so you don't get too lonely. Less lonely? I repeated, forcing a small laugh. I'm 16. I'll be fine on my own. He stepped closer, and suddenly the air in the room felt heavier. Sit by my desk, he ordered. I froze. Or else what? I asked, trying to sound brave even though my voice trembled. His smile vanished. Or else you'll be expelled from school, he said, his voice sharp now, dark, threatening, and you don't want to find out how or why. A chill ran down my spine. Something about the way he said it made me realize this man wasn't just strict, he was dangerous. The next day, my uneasy feeling only grew stronger. During lunch, I was finally relaxing, sitting with a small group of kids, playing cards, and laughing about something dumb, when suddenly, Mr. Thomas appeared out of nowhere. He loomed over our table, his eyes darting to the cards in my hand. I think you should leave my class, he snapped. What? Why? I said, my voice rising. I didn't do anything wrong. Get up, he barked. Now. My blood boiled. One more word from him and I was ready to explode. That's it, he said, his eyes narrowing like knives. He snatched the cards out of my hands and tossed them across the table. Come with me. We're going to the principal's office. What? Why? I shouted, panic bubbling up in my chest. I didn't do anything. That's what they all say, he muttered, grabbing my wrist and dragging me down the hall. His grip was strong, too strong. My stomach turned. I hadn't even done anything wrong, but I could already imagine my parents' faces, the disappointment, the questions, the disbelief. When they finally arrived, I was sitting outside the principal's office, my hands trembling. Then I felt a cold, heavy hand on my shoulder. My mom. What's going on, Amy? She asked, her voice sharp with worry. The old man's crazy, I said, trying to sound calm even though I was shaking. He's accusing me of stuff I didn't even do. He showed up at my lunch table out of nowhere, and when I told him I didn't do anything, he dragged me here. My dad frowned. What exactly did he accuse you of? Before I could answer, the principal opened his office door and invited my parents inside. I sat alone on the bench, my heart hammering. Every minute felt like an hour. I could hear muffled voices through the door, my mother crying, my father raising his voice, and silence. Finally, they came out. My mom's eyes were red, and my dad's face looked heated. Amy, he said softly, we think it's best to transfer you to another school. What? My throat, like, why? What did I do? Mr. Thomas says you've been sitting loud, that your grades are slipping, and that you've been emotionally unstable, my dad said, hesitating on the last word. That's a lie, I cried. I've done nothing wrong, but it didn't matter. They'd already made up their mind. When we got home that night, my mom sat me down in the living room. Hands were shaking. We need to talk, she said quietly. I felt my stomach drop. It's about Mr. Thomas, he continued. He's being investigated. That was all she said. No details, no explanation, just silence. I remember sitting there, numb, my heart pounding in my ears. What did that mean? Investigated for what? Almost a year later, I finally learned the truth. Mr. Thomas had been fired. Not for me, not for anything I'd done, but for something far worse. He'd been under investigation for inappropriate behavior towards students. Several had come forward with complaints. The horror of it hit me like ice water. My instincts had been right all along. That man wasn't just weird or strict, he was dangerous. And I had been one of the students who got far too close to finding out just how dangerous. Even now, when I think about him standing over me in that classroom or grabbing my wrist in that hallway, I still get chills. I'd been lucky, so lucky, to escape before things went any further. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from?